Hey guys, it's Joe Snell. Turkey fined Facebook, Twitter, and others for disregarding a controversial new law. Israel demolished Palestinian homes in the West Bank, and Algeria votes yes on constitutional reforms. Let's catch you up on these headlines from around the Middle East. We begin in Turkey, where the government has slapped financial penalties on major social media platforms for not complying with a new law. Legislation activated last month requires platforms with more than 1 million daily users in Turkey to appoint a local representative. So far, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube have each been fined 10 million Turkish liras for not appointing a local representative by the November 2nd deadline. Critics say the new law is an attempt to limit free speech and stifle dissent. Moving on to Israel, where the country's defense forces have demolished a Bedouin settlement in the West Bank. Israel's defense forces said that the settlements were built illegally. The United Nations called Israel's actions a grave breach of international law. Finally, in Algeria, voters have backed changes to the constitution despite historically low turnout. The changes imposed a 2-term limit for the president and MPs, formed a new corruption-busting body, and stipulated that public institutions must guarantee the freedom of press. However, less than 25% of those eligible to vote actually took part in the elections, partly due to fears of a resurgence of the coronavirus, as well as calls that the referendum fall short of any real change. Now hang on, before you go, we're not done yet. Here's a list of a few events coming up in the week ahead. On Tuesday, Jordan holds parliamentary elections as the country's economic crisis worsens. On Wednesday, Syria hosts a Russian-sponsored conference to discuss the return of Syrian refugees. The US has called for a boycott of the meeting. And on Thursday, the European Union and the Swedish Foreign Ministry will host senior humanitarian officials for a 2-day meeting to discuss Yemen. And that's your Middle East news for this week and some for next week. For more reading on the region, make sure to visit our website at www.al-monitor.com. Until next week, stay safe, everyone. I'm Joe Snell.